Say, how many of y'all know the concept of race being determined by skin color go back to a so-called Caucasian named Johann Friedrich Blumenbach? This misconception was formalized in the 1795 edition of Blumenbach's literary work titled On the Natural Variety of Mankind. Blumenbach's delusion is thoroughly debunked in the Bible. So let's read. This is Numbers chapter 1 verse 18. And they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month, and they declared their pedigrees after their families by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names, from 20 years old and upward, by their polls. So the children of Israel, God's chosen people, came together and declared their ancestry based on the descendants of their fathers. This is Solomon chapter 7 verse 1 through 2. I myself also am a mortal man, like to all, and the offspring of him that was first made of the earth. And in my mother's womb was fashioned to be flesh in the time of 10 months, being compacted in blood, of the seed of man, and the pleasure that came with sleep. The key takeaway is King Solomon said he is the offspring of him that was first made of the earth. He grew in his mother's womb and came of man's seed, which is to say he is the product of man's sperm that came from the pleasure of sleep or intercourse. So now that we determine your race is determined by your father and his father before him, and not your looks or not who your mother is, let's talk about why it's important. Genesis chapter 17 verse 9. And God said unto Abraham, Thou shalt keep my covenant therefore, thou and thy seed after thee in their generation. In this verse, and thy seed was translated from the Hebrew wa zaraika. The root word is zarai, Strong's H2233. Biblical usage of zarai that matches the context of this verse is seed, sowing, offspring, semen, virile, descendants, posterity, children. So the Most High God told Abraham that he and the product of his sperm, his descendants, would keep his covenant throughout their generations. Matthew chapter 15 verse 24. But he answered and said, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. In this verse, of the house was translated from the Greek, oikon, the root word being oikos, Strong's G3624. The biblical usage of oikos that fits the context of this verse is stock, family, descendants of one. Of Israel was translated from the Greek Israel with the same root word, Strong's G2474. The biblical usage of Israel that fits the context of this verse is Israel, or the name given to the patriarch Jacob, and born or carried by him in addition to his former name. So the Christ, which is to say the anointed Yahawashai, said out his own mouth, he's only sent to the descendants of the man Israel. Everyone on earth today has a race that is determined by the race of their father, and his father before him, and his father before him, going all the way back to one of Noah's 3 sons, Shem, Japheth, or Ham. Who do you descend from?